our wonderful audience, our beautiful, our amazing viewers. You're welcome to tonight's episode of Life Matters with KOAT on View Radio. View Radio, your number one online radio station with the difference, and it is the radio beyond your view. I welcome you all once again to tonight's episode. How was your week? How was your day? The week just started okay, quite all right, but how has it been? Hope everything is going on well. And I will always ask, how is the situation of the country, treating you? Is it treating you well? Yeah, I heard that, the hike in the price of pepper has reduced, and I think that has relieved us a bit. All right, today we'll be talking about person, like, to make a home, a woman builds the matrimonial home. Is it proper? Is it good? Is there any culture that says no, it is not possible, it is not right? What do you think, as a man? Can you move into that apartment, that house built by your wife, to stay there, to live there together forever? And as a woman, you built a house, you eat it big. If your man, can you allow your man move? I mean, move in. I'm not talking about, please don't misquote me. I'm not even talking about come visiting. That one, we've visited our parents, our fiances so many times. So can you allow your man, your husband, move into the house you built by yourself? And that is what we're talking about today. I've been hearing people's perspective about this topic since yesterday, and I've been getting various response. Yes, no, it is bad, it is not bad, it is good, it is not good. And I said, okay, let me bring it to my people in Life Matters with KOAT. Let us talk about it. Let me hear your view on it. What do you think about it? But before I open the phone lines and we start, reading comments and taking, messages, voice messages, plain voice messages of people that I have, I like to say this. When I saw this topic, man as a wife, I might eat big, I might, get that opportunity, I might get connections, people. Women like that have husbands who are also rich and wealthy. Why some women like that, their husbands, those are the kinds of women that their salary are much, their source of income are much than that of their husband. So it is not a crime that a woman eats it big than a man. But now, men will always be men. These odogu traits in them that to feel aqua, like I will lie, and all of that. So that is why we brought it. Let us hear from you. Is it proper? Is it proper for a woman, probably before you got married, she has her home, and you pack in into the house to live together as one? Is it proper? Is it good? And that is what we're discussing about today. We will be opening the phone lines soon for you to send your SMS, for you to send your WhatsApp message, for you to pull your notes through. I'd love to hear from you. But before we start taking comments, I'll be going on a short break. When we come back, I'll read people's comments to you because yes, that is like the highlight of it. Let us hear what they want to say so I can, we can read it out to you, our wonderful audience. Please do not go nowhere. We will be right back. Alright, you're welcome back to the show, and it is still Life Matters with KOAT on View Radio, the radio beyond your view, your number one online radio station with the difference. If you're just joining us, you're welcome back to the show, and it is still Life Matters with KOAT, and we are still discussing the topic: is it proper? Is it good for a man to move into the house his woman, his wife built? Is it proper? Is it good? Does it make sense? Should make sense to move into a house the wife builds? And that is what we're talking about today. Okay, the phone lines is open to drop in your WhatsApp message or your SMS. You can send your messages to 080-22414183. I'll take it again, 080-22414183. That is the phone line. Drop in your comments. We're currently live, streaming live on YouTube, on Facebook. You can also drop in your comments. Let us hear your view on this very interesting topic. Is it good? Is it proper for a man to move into the house built by his woman? All right, I have comments that I'll be reading. I want you to hear them. And this one, my first comment for tonight, is coming from Omolayo. And she says, "Good evening, KOAT. For me, it's actually not a bad one, but it depends on the kind of man he is. How do I mean? If it's someone who you truly love each other and doesn't feel insecure or threatened by it and doesn't care about what people will say, it isn't bad." And that was from Layo. Thank you so much, Layo. Layo said it depends on the kind of man he is. Some man, their ego, they feel threatened by your wealth and they do not even want to. They'll be like, they'll tell you that you are pride. And meanwhile, it's not as if you're pride. Destiny just made you it. In fact, it is well. All right, I have another one, and this one is from Tammy, and it says, "Good evening, sis. For me as a lady, if I'm a man, I can't move into a house my wife built. It doesn't speak well. And even as a lady, if I build the house, I can't allow my man move in. Yes, he can come visiting, but moving in is a no for me." And that was from Tammy. There's a saying in this slide, they say different strokes for different folks. And this is Tammy's opinion. She said even as a man she can't do it, and as a woman self she no fit allow a man moving. He can come visiting. And that was from Tammy. I have another one, and this one is from Okwe, and it says, "Good evening, KOAT. The society's perspective on this is louder than the personal perspective. Some of us really see no wrong in this, but because of what people will say, we see it as wrong." And that was from Okwe. All right, Okwe is coming from the angle of the society's perspective about it. Yes, I think I understand how she feels. They'll be the first to say, see, he's living in his wife's people, they can be funny. All right, thank you so very much, Okwe. I have another comment, and this one is from Ibukon, and it says, "Good evening, KOAT. Honestly, I see nothing bad in it, especially if the lady built it even before she met a man. Need might arise to just hang in there for a while. The only thing there is the man shouldn't get too relaxed. At least he should also think of getting a space for the both of them, either rented or building. The lady should be submissive too. And that was from Ibukun. Thank you so very much, Ibukun. Ibukun is coming from the angle. She says it's not bad, but the man shouldn't feel relaxed. And I think I understand what Ibukun is trying to say. Some men, they feel relaxed, they feel that yes, okay, there is a house somewhere, like they do not even want to do more. Okay, let's even look for another place. Let me build another place while we are here. At least while we are there, we are not paying house rent, but that house rent that we ought to have been paying, let's use it to start something. Some just feel relaxed and they don't go ahead to make moves on having a home, like in the name of the two of them. Thanks so very much, Ibukun. I have another comment, and this is from Sharon, and she says, take it or leave it. Some ladies will eat it big than some men, and it's a man that will still marry this kind of lady. So what are we saying? I, as a person, see nothing bad in my man moving into the house I built, especially when situations warrant it. I will just pray for the grace to be more submissive or more. And I feel this is coming from a 1,000 wife material, 1,000 yards. She says she will even pray for the grace to be more submissive. So she will not go and shout one day, the man should fuck up. Will you get out of my house? Eh? All right, now, submissive spirit, rest on grace. So, all right, thank you so very much for your wonderful comment. I have another one, and this is from Kehinde, and it says, some men are crazy and are not to be pampered. Wow. Some men will still have the mind to bring a woman into that same house. Some of them don't have shame. Oh. So for me, it's a no. Let my house remain. Let him rent a space for us. I will move in, irregardless. And that was from Kehinde. Kehinde is coming from the men will stain your white angle. All right, she says some men are not to be pampered. They will always prove that they are men. But wait, though, as a man, if even let's even say it is our own house, and you bring a woman, we say okay, but your woman's house that you are staying, you bring woman there. What happened to brotels, motels, and hotels? It is well. All right, I have another one here, and this one is from Ibukon, and she says, "Good evening, KOAT. As a lady, I see nothing wrong there. So far, we are both matured and love each other very well." And that was from Ibukun. Thank you so very much, Ibukun. Another one comment coming in is from Tosin, and it says, "Good evening, Quad. I see nothing wrong in it if there is understanding between the two of them." And that was from Tosin. Tosin says, if the two couple understand themselves very well, there is no issue there. The man can move into his wife's apartment. Thank you so very much, Tosin. We appreciate your comment. Thank you for stopping by. I have another one here, and this is from Oluyemi, and she says, "Good evening, dear. As a woman, I see nothing bad in my man moving into my house. If I genuinely love him, then it means nothing." And that was from Oluyemi. All right, you're just joining in the show. Before we continue to take more comments, you're wondering what we're talking about today. What comments is she reading? You're wondering. Yes, tonight we're talking about if it is good or if it is proper for a man to move into a house built by his woman. Is it proper for a man to move into an apartment built by his woman? And that is what we're talking about today. Yeah, before we take more comments, I would like to play one of what's the perspective of one of our audience, what he feels about this issue. Please stick around and listen to this comment.
Okay, so in all honesty, I don't see anything bad in it. For me, though, I don't see anything bad in it. Even in the Western world, I don't think it is the person that builds the house that matters. It is the kind of person that builds the house, the way the person is raised, and the way the person's personality is that matters. Do you understand? Me, like, because they are accommodating their man, they might just allow that ego just, overwhelm them and they start acting up. But if you see a good person that accommodates you, be their partner or spouse or whatever in their house, and they're just good person like that, there won't even be any problem. And it's not even a problem, but because we're in a world where people make fools out of nothing here, and some people are not just good people, regardless of the gender, male or female. Do you understand? I don't know if this explains it.
All right, this is coming from a man, and he says there's actually nothing there, but just that most times, ego might just eat the woman up, and this part of the world where we find ourselves. Thank you so much, our wonderful audience, for dropping in your comments. I'll be taking more comments, but before I take more comments, I would also like to play another note for us from one of our amazing audience. Please come with me and let's listen.
So basically, in most cases, it's not advisable because women love to be led, and anything that is making a woman be the leader in most aspects, generally in this Gen Z's body generation, it gives them this ego, and they start acting otherwise in an improper way. The whole matter is just dependent on different situations. Some people might try it and it works out fine. All women are not the same.
Yeah.
Some might still be humble and still respectful to their husband, even if he's living under their roof. And they will even still be faithful with him. But the percentage of ladies that can do this is very, very low. Because at the point, if woman they if woman they drop, if you reach one point, she said she go pass, waiting happen. Now you be man for this relationship, why you not feel it? Drop too. So at the point she go die, she said she go on voice out. No matter how much the money is, woman go always be woman. And on the other hand,
all right, we heard from our audience. He said it is not advisable. Say we women, we get ego. But my fellow woman, is it true? Justice for all women, especially those watching the show tonight. They all feel it is our ego that eats us up, and then that is why it is not going to work out. But either ways, all right, let's hear from other of our audience. Let's read more comments. I'll be taking three more because it's almost time to wrap up the show. This one is from Iyanu, and she says, I don't see what's wrong in my husband moving into his wife's house, since the two have come together to become one. Whatever is owned by one is also for the other. It just has to do with the chemistry they share and the level of maturity and understanding. The world doesn't have to know who owns what, where genuine love is. And that is coming from our wonderful Iyanu. Thank you so much, ma. The second to the last comment I'll be taking, this is from Ayomide, and it says, I see nothing wrong in a man moving into a house his woman built. It just has to do with their mentality, the mentality of the two of them. Thank you so much. And the last one, yeah, is from Ayobami, and it says, it depends on both parties' perspective about marriage. What you have is mine, what I have is yours. If my wife has been privileged to have built a house before I met her, why not? It is not a crime. For a successful marriage to work, it is 100 and not 50-50. I'm just hearing this 100 and not 50-50. All right. We've come to the end of the show. Thank you to all our wonderful audience. It was short but very interesting and meaningful. Thank you to all our viewers, our audience, for joining in the show. A special thanks to God Almighty for giving us this privilege to have a successful show. And secondly, I'd like to give thanks to the CEO, the executive producer of View Radio, Mr. Oluwatoyin Adesuji. Thank you so much for giving us this platform to be seen, to be heard, and to be known. Also, I'd like to thank the studio manager in respect of Madam Chi. Thank you so much. And to the studio engineer, Victor James, thank you so much. And to all our wonderful audience, thank you for always sticking around. Let's do this next week, Tuesday. Have a wonderful night.